do you think the Hall of Fame should be a serious event for serious wrestlers, or do you think there's room for the lighter-hearted side of WWE and WWF as well?
That's why. That's why I think people are heckling some people. I think because they get confused. They think it's in between real life and not real. And they.
No, I disagree. I think these are actually clued up fans who maybe you could argue taking it a bit seriously, where they actually think, well, these guys say the Bushwhackers are wrong. These guys weren't proper superstars. Why are they in the Hall of Fame? That's not necessarily my opinion, but that's kind of their mindset, if that makes sense.
Obviously, the picking process has been a bit weird because the final decision is always was with Vince McMahon, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, and I think he did kibosh some inductions. So, like I say, I think according to the rumors, he actually kiboshed Randy Savage being inducted for quite a few years. Eventually, he caved in. Yeah,
but I think it should be more of the fans, doing the final decisions and stuff, really, because we're the ones who are watching it and stuff, and we're the ones that basically we're the fans, aren't we? So
that's an interesting perspective. I have mixed feelings about that, to be honest. I think in theory, yeah, the fans should be involved. I just think it possibly becomes a popularity contest then, rather than a serious consideration of who should go in.
Oh yeah.
It's a tough one. I have mixed feelings about that. I do see where you're coming from, though.
I don't know if WWE have like football has a leader of the fan supporters club. I don't know if WWE has that kind of thing. I don't know. I've never thought about that until now.
I tell you where I think the system may fall down with what you're saying. Just to use like a music example. David Bowie, when he was alive, he was going on tour, and he did a poll for fans saying, what songs do you want me to play? And some people, being a bit mischievous, they hijacked the poll and voted for Laughing Gnome, which is like a novelty song that he was probably embarrassed by that point. So they actually voted. Yeah. So with the WWE Hall of Fame, I can imagine some mischievous fans voting in the Gobbledygooker or someone like that.
I know this is a totally different subject now, but you still have some fans saying about Chris Benoit, there's still people saying that he should be, even after what he's done. But that's a heavy topic to go on to.
That is that we should probably cover that at some point. But I think today we'll shelve that because that is such a complex topic, isn't it? I think it'd be an interesting one to explore in the future. I agree.
Yeah, and the Hall of Fame. I think I like what you said. You said it's better in the hall, in like a proper hall than being inside the ring,
for the sake of the people watching and listening, this was a conversation we had outside of the podcast. I was just saying that I don't like it when they do it in front of sort of a wrestling crowd, in terms of like they're in the ring and the fans are surrounding them. I like it where it's proper sort of hall type induction, where they're actually in a sort of like a conference room or something like that. Really, I just think it looks more professional. And obviously, what happened that time they did it in the ring. They had that mad fan running in and attacking Bret Hart. So maybe if it was in a proper ceremony in a hall somewhere, they'd have better security to keep these things under wraps. Really, kind of what I'm angling at is, do we include, when we're considering whether Bushwhackers go in the Hall of Fame, do we consider their previous work as well, or do we just consider their WWF run?
But I think there should be more thought about, because we don't know the whole process of how they do the voting and stuff. But there should be like a few fans representatives, someone that is that will be not biased towards one or the other. Independent person, someone that that will be independent and stuff.
Yeah, right. So if you're saying you should have people who represent the fans contribute to this, who should that be? Should it be a board of fans who are advisors? Should it be someone like Dave Meltzer who runs a newsletter and gets the opinions of the fans? Mind you, I mean, I think Dave Meltzer is probably a little bit more of a controversial name for that at the moment, because a lot of people accuse him of an AEW bias, don't they? And a bias for a certain style of wrestling. If he was in charge of the Hall of Fame, people like Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt wouldn't get in there for their supernatural gimmicks. Oh, Yeah,
I
interesting.
can find songs by Sand and Bray Wyatt on Spotify.
Oh,
You said Alexa.
yeah, it triggers my Alexa. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, there is actually a Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame. You could argue that's more valid because but then again, it's only kind of the perspective of people who like the Wrestling Observer, and they've got a more purist attitude towards wrestling.
To be honest, it's hard to find a fan that won't be biased, really.
Yeah.